Hey guys, welcome back to another crypto video. Today we're going to be talking about XRP versus Stellar, some Stellar price analysis, and some Vechain price predictions. So hopefully you guys are excited for this video as I am. We're also going to give away $50 worth of crypto if this video can hit 300 likes within 24 hours. All you have to do to enter the giveaway is make sure you have the like button pressed. You have put something in the comment section here and in my Discord chat. And if you have no idea how to get there, check out the description below. And make sure you have the notification bell on, guys. That is all that you need to do. So now, for XLM versus XRP, I've done this video already once before. I think it was a few days ago. But I just revisited that video and I noticed that what I said in there is true, but there's some stuff missing. And I wanted to today clear a little bit of that up for you guys so you really can make a better verdict of which coin you should hodl and which coin you should support and which coin is really the thing for you. Now, I should add that I don't want to be biased here, all right? I'm just going to take a look at what these coins do a little bit and then make you guys choose yourself, because I'm personally holding both. And I make updates about them both, and I'm not going to say that I like one over the other. Both coins are very, very good, right? They're both created by Vechain. He created both of these coins. If you don't know who he is, look him up. So they're also quite similar in a lot of places, but let's take a little bit of a look at what we got for today. This is just a price analysis right here. This article is just looking at the prices, and what is interesting to note is that these prices are similar, but not actually, all right? It's looking similar, but really vaguely. And actually, that's quite a good thing, because then that also means that these coins are not similar in demand and also not similar in most likely communities and things like that, which is always important to see because these two coins are not the same thing. But a price analysis for both these coins is not that important. As I said, I will not be really biased in this video on these two coins. Just going to give you guys a factual or a objective overview, and then you guys can make a verdict yourself. So this is one of the best articles. I've been looking for quite a bit in an article that really explains the two differences quite well, but this is a very good one. Ripple versus Stellar, will there only be one winner? Well, both Ripple and Stellar make it to their goal to improve the ease of completing transactions across borders. However, given the differences between Ripple and Stellar, can they actually coexist? And this will also go a little bit into whether or not XRP or XLM, which one you'll see, guys. So stay watching, stay tuned. Cryptocurrency enthusiasts frequently compare Stellar and Ripple due to the similarities in their blockchains. To get a feel for which of these two cryptos will pull ahead in the grand scheme of things, you need to get a closer look at each and examine some of the points of comparison. So first off, we're going to understand Ripple, then understand Stellar. Are both necessary? Can they coexist? Who would win? And a conclusion. We're going to read all through this, guys. It is really important stuff. So normally I don't like to read whole articles, but this time it is very good to do such a thing. To start, to take a closer look at Ripple, which Claire Larson and Jeb McCallop, American programmers, created in 2012, Ripple's currency is XRP. Again, it's not created by Ripple, XRP is not created by Ripple, but it is the currency that they mostly use, and all the crypto things, they do use and implement XRP. XRP is also owned for a majority by them, and which is, again, quite obvious. And then crypto has the third largest market cap in the crypto space. It is right now at 32 cents in this article, but right now we are at 38.69. And it is important to understand that Ripple refers to the technology, while XRP refers to the token itself. The idea behind Ripple is the ability for banks to make international transfers within seconds at almost no costs. The founders decided to create Ripple to overcome challenges of the existing cross-border payment systems, including slowness, inefficiency, high cost, and also definitely transparency. It's not something they added here, but that's definitely also true. Ripple relies on distributed ledger technology. This is, in short, DLT, which you'll most likely see a lot, and that ends the need for third parties when transferring money across borders, cuts cost, and reduces spent time. XRP is also useful for banks thanks to its ability to provide liquidity. How you can best see this is kind of getting rid of the Nostro Vostro system. They're creating liquidity by making it easy for you to send payments everywhere around the world without already needing your money there. Although the target audience for Ripple is banks, which is really important for our article here, everyone is welcome to use it, and banks are certainly not the only ones who have already put it to good use. An important thing to add here is that Ripple uses three main solutions: Xcurrent, Xrapid, and Xvia. And another thing that we are really often talking about in the XRP community is Spring, is Xpring. So Xcurrent is really the technology that they use the most, which already has more than 200 financial institutions on there, and it is really sort of how I would like to see this as Swift 2.0. I think you should just see it as a messaging system, but then more transparent, more efficient, and just a better version of that. Since we've already had Swift for 40 years, Ripple's Xcurrent is trying to overtake that. XRapid is this liquidity provider that we just were talking about, helping these international remittances, the cross-border remittances, and it is using XRP, right? We've covered this tons of times before, but I just want to quickly put it onto a little bit of a map for you guys. Then we have XVIA, not too important yet, I would say, actually. Like, we're not hearing too much about XVIA yet. That's because it's not one of the most important things out there in the Ripple space, I would say. I think you can really live a healthy life without really knowing what XVIA is about. But it's really an API, all right? That's the simplest way to put it. XVIA is an API. And then we also have Spring, which I just told you guys about. And that's a thing from Ripple, just to make it, again, easy. I'm trying to really oversimplify this to really make it easy for any user who is new. So what Spring really is a startup funder, right? So what Spring does is they look at the SMEs, so small to medium enterprises, and they fund them with XRP to do a lot for the XRP ecosystem. They are trying to provide a lot of these guys who have an idea but no money with some XRP so they can do something beneficial to the XRP ecosystem. Those are the main things that are happening in this space. And of course, XRP is a really fast, efficient, and crazy coin. Understanding Stellar. Well, one of the co-founders of Ripple, Jed McCaleb, also created Stellar in 2014, and this is often regarded as a reason to buy Stellar because Jed founded Ripple and then later went on to found Stellar, so he made it quote-unquote better. As with Ripple and XRP, Stellar refers to the technology, while XLM or Lumens actually refers to the cryptocurrency. Again, we are kind of using this as, oh guys, I don't know the word anymore, but you can just interchangeably, since a lot of people don't know the difference, and for SEO purposes or what people search, it is almost always easier to just use both words when you're talking about the cryptocurrency. You just say Stellar Lumens or XLM. Even when you're talking about the blockchain or the platform, sometimes people say XLM. It just makes things simple, even though it's not the correct terminology. But you'll often find people refer to XRP as Ripple as well, even though that's not correct, but it's just because a lot of people don't understand it yet, and it's not that big of a deal right as of now. A few months ago, it used to be a very big deal as there were major issues about centralization and about security issues. But right now, I think it has actually calmed down a little bit, whereas people are not making that broad of an issue. But maybe in a few months, when the bullish run is really in full glory again, those issues are going to be coming back. We'll see, guys. Stellar is like Ripple in that it also allows for quick and affordable sending and receiving of funds. It also has similar coding to Ripple, of course, which should be unsurprising considering the shared founder. The difference lies in whom the blockchain and token actually target. Stellar Lumens is for the average person, particularly those in developing areas of the world, although banks can still use it. The focus of Stellar is on increasing the abilities of those in poor and less developed countries to interact in the global economy with nearly instant and highly affordable transactions. The Stellar protocol also allows for a direct exchange of fiat currencies in cases of high activity, but it typically converts the sender's money to Lumens and then converts the Lumens to the receiver's currency. And what is also important to know about Stellar right now is that they're working with IBM, with Blockchain Worldwide on the Stellar platform. And what that also has is a lot of stable coins on there, and actually Stellar gets more and more stable coins on there like every week or so. They just keep increasing. And that is actually helping for this Stellar protocol, as we're seeing at the bottom here. But Blockchain Worldwide is something on the Stellar protocol or on the Stellar platform, which actually could, again, allow a lot of money to be sent really simply. Worldwide, check it up online. There's a lot of explaining to do if you really want to understand that, but we've already covered it tons of times in videos, and I don't know what I should explain in depth and what I should just give you globally to look up yourself, since most people already know this type of stuff. Are both necessary? Similarities and differences. Well, the lengthy list of similarities between Ripple and XRP and Stellar would make some believe that there's no need for both. After all, they both have private nodes without mining allowed, rely on distributed ledger technology, DLT, deliver almost free and instant transactions, making them ideal for international payments and transfers. So, in this case, they would look like the same thing, right? They're both easy for payments, they're both the same in a lot of regards, but despite the similarities, there are enough differences between Ripple and Stellar to account for a need for both cryptos. The biggest difference are the target audiences and the goals behind the blockchain. So again, as we mentioned before, Ripple is really going for the banks, and Stellar is really going for P2P, peer-to-peer. As mentioned, Ripple's creation occurred specifically to appeal to banks, a huge market with a great deal of potential for profit, and by contrast, Stellar's creation was to extend the reach of financial services around the globe, helping the unbanked, and in fact, Stellar refers to itself as a not-for-profit or a non-profit because its goal is helping people rather than making money. Again, we don't know how true that is, but to a certain extent, you could say that Jed McCallum, of course, is already definitely in the riches. He probably never has to do anything in his life anymore if he does not want to, since he founded Ripple, and he has how much does he have? XRP? A whole lot. He has already sold a ton, but he still has quite some left, and he most likely also has a ton of XLM. So they can refer to themselves as a non-profit because, that guy is loaded as hell, and, helping people is always a good thing to do. It also helps for your goodwill of the company if you ever want to sell it. But the people also use two different consensus algorithms, and this is a little bit more complicated, but stay with me here. With the unique consensus protocols for Stellar and the proof of correctness for Ripple, furthermore, Lumens coins are inflationary, while XRP coins are deflationary, meaning they increase and decrease in circulation. Respectively, this is not all the way true. There's a little bit more to discuss here as it gets complicated there, but you should probably just forget about that as it will not matter too much for you. Finally, Ripple is more centralized than Stellar. Again, this is something to to really have a little bit of a talk about again. So again, this part is not too much to just forget this part. Although both are much more decentralized than traditional currencies. Again, just stay away from this part a little bit. It is also interesting to note that Ripple tends to be a larger organization and has raised much more capital, something likely related to the differences in targeting audiences. By contrast, Stellar has a smaller yet highly experienced team and has not put as much of an emphasis on marketing as Ripple has. This is again quite bullshit, as Stellar has one of the biggest marketing budgets in the world, or at least that I've ever seen. It's at least the biggest marketing budget for cryptocurrency. So what Stellar did is actually have a $125 million, how would you say that again? Giveaway, sort of airdrop with blockchain, and they also have a huge deal with Coinbase Earn, and they give away tons of money for free. So right now, if you're sitting here on your ass, make sure you check out the link in the description to check out Coinbase, because on there you can actually get maybe it's $50, I don't know how much it is, maybe $25 worth of XRP or XLM, sorry guys, for free just by completing a few videos. And also if you make an account at blockchain, I believe, you're also gonna get $50 worth of XLM for free. So make sure you check those things out. I think that has never been done by a cryptocurrency before, and it's also one of the biggest things like that. What they did there is actually give a lot of coins away for free, yes, but they kind of traded the price of the coin, which of course goes down by giving away coins, for the exposure, and that is again why I'm saying that they have a huge marketing budget. Overall, the differences are in goals, which again are from person to bank, or from bank to bank even more so, and from person to person with Lumens. Size of organization, again, I don't think they matter that much, since Ripple is funded by some Google Ventures and actually a lot of other parties, but to a certain extent, they're both quite huge still, and Stellar, I think, has also they both have close bonds with IBM. Size of organization, Ripple is most likely quite a little bit bigger, but I don't think that matter too much for the coins themselves. Inflationary versus deflationary, and consensus protocols. Again, think mostly about these two first things when you're thinking about the space. Can they coexist? Definitely. Many believe there's no reason that the only one of two can coexist, and or that one has to win. I'm not of that opinion either, personally. Even though I said I will not be biased, again, I'm putting my opinion in there, but I'm not making a conclusion on my own opinion. Right? My personal opinion is that they can coexist perfectly fine, but a lot of people also give no reason that only one can win. So in fact, both are very popular, very, very cool in the crypto space. They're both in the top 10. So, why not? Who would win, though, if they were to have a fight? And again, that is something that we can actually not answer. We could only be talking about what kind of partnership they're having right now. And Ripple, to my personal belief, has actually got a way better position for themselves right now. Actually, all right? To be completely honest with you guys. The fact that Ripple is working with a lot of these banks actually make them a lot more appealing to the bigger players, and Stellar is going for more for P2P, so they're kind of a slower to get there in turn, because again they're going for these smaller parties. But if I'm wrong in any regard, guys, make sure you correct me in the comment section down below. If I find anything that I said wrong, I will correct it in my comment section as well. I will like your comment or heart your comment and make sure that it gets seen by everybody. And I'll most likely do another update later to just quickly verify everything and just to do another update for everybody that was poorly informed mostly. There's always a chance of me saying something wrong, as these videos are just one cut, so I don't cut anything out. And, you know, some of these articles are bullshitting, and I sometimes only later notice. But then most of the time I just delete the video and make another one to make up for the information. A lot of fake news out there, guys. A lot of fake news. Stellar price analysis. XLM is lacking sufficient support resistance to spike up higher. And this is an article that we have seen before. All right, the title is actually very similar to a lot of the articles that are trending right now of people saying that there's lacking sufficient support or resistance. You know, both regards are often said. But what I find really interesting about that is that it is so irrelevant right now. All right, there's no support or resistance that's going to hold if BTC moves. All right, there's literally none of these coins are going to be holding if BTC moves. None of these coins are going to be at 0% if BTC goes up 20% right now. So these resistances are really irrelevant. You just can look at them for if BTC stays stable like it is doing right now, around 8,000 a little bit. But for the rest, you know, if you're waiting for those bigger moves and you're wondering, oh, is there a big resistance that's holding XLM back? No, there is not. Any article might be telling you, but it is not. It is simply not true. All right, you can just worry yourself with that, but it is not true. Don't worry about it. It can break through any resistance if BTC moves, so you should just stay with that. Guys, this video is not financial advice, though. Keep that in the back of your head. This is just my personal opinion. Some articles I read online and just for entertainment purposes only. Vechain VET will surge to 25 cents by the end of 2019. Will Vechain hit that 25-cent mark? All right, so I first off was kind of debating whether or not I should call my video in this way, because of course 25 cents is a lot to say. It's a lot to speculate as well, and we are most certainly sure that it will not hit 25 cents by the end of 2019. Let's quickly check what the price is right now for VET. Right now it is at 0.0074, and you might be wondering, oh, but all-time high is $9.44. You know, 25 cents should be easy. But Vechain was actually first VEN, Vechain in a simpler way, yeah. And they renamed to VET, which actually made their token a lot less valuable. They got like 1,000 times as many tokens as they had before, which also devalued their coin by, let's say, 1,000. So this, whatever value it is, just do it times 1,000, which is now the newer all-time high for Vechain. At least that's what you should see it at. It will never update, of course, though, as, I mean, it is stuck. So it might be times 100 or 1,000. I don't quite remember what exactly the ratio is. But what is so important to see about these articles that are coming out is that I can understand where they are coming from. And I don't have that often with these types of articles. Now, the price analysis that they're doing in these articles is ridiculously dumb, ridiculously stupid, and they claim very high numbers that will almost certainly be a thing for over 30 years, all right? According to our previous Vechain news, the Vechain nodes are the first ever to be created specifically to improve trust in the $50 trillion supply chain management sector. What I'm trying to say here, Vechain is going for a huge sector, all right? Let's say $50 trillion here, at least, that they're going for. Huge. Huge what they're going for. And how big of an influence do they have there? Well, as we see above here, they've been doing their works, all right? People's Insurance Company of China, we got that. We got DNVGL that they're working with. We got BMW that they're working with. We got another milk-ass company in China that they're working with. We got so many things popping up for Vechain that are just insane and world-changing, right? These are not just small partnerships that could be cool for a crypto community. These are world-changing partnerships. They even got a partnership with Adidas, right? Who has never heard about Adidas before? Who has never heard about BMW before? Some people have, but most people have heard about them before. What that kind of brings to us is some massive exposure potential for Vechain. Vechain is also partnered up with Renault. How many people of you know that? How many of you knew that Vechain was partnered up with Renault? There's so many other partnerships that Vechain has. Vechain has 38 or more patents in the crypto space, or in the blockchain realm. They're being insane in what they do. And the reason I wanted to quickly have such an article in this types of videos is that it just allows me to look further than what is really possible. So 25 cents, I personally see it as pure bullshit. All right, I find it really hard to imagine Vechain coin or Vechain's coin to ever hit a value of 25 cents. Even though I could see it happening within years from now, I find it really, really hard to imagine that those gains are really, really possible in the crypto space, even though they are. But what it does allow me to do whenever I read this type of stuff is really look further into the future and realize what is possible, since when I start to really think about it, 25 cents, for where it is right now, is it possible? Hell yes. Why would it not be possible? Well, I'm just thinking about it here. Why would it actually not be possible? 25 cents for Vechain. I mean, if we think Bitcoin can hit 250,000 like a lot of people are saying, why would 25 cents for Vechain not be possible? That's what I got thinking about, all right? That's one thing. Another thing I was talking about is, all right, if a lot of these coins out there that do not have these massive exposure opportunities, right? As an example, just a really vague example, Tron right now, at this point, or Monero right now, which are already doing, quote unquote, way better, 3 times or 4 times as big as Vechain is right now. Why are they doing so good, even though they don't have this massive exposure? Okay, I guess I should not use Tron as they have BitTorrent, but as an example, Monero and even Cosmos, I don't even know what this crypto is about whatsoever. I have no idea. These 2 coins, which have a lot less exposure into the real world of non-crypto people, non-blockchain people, how could they succeed that far already and Vechain just be left behind? And what if we're looking after, 10 more years? All right, so Vechain is most likely going to have partnerships all over the world, and you most likely cannot walk a few kilometers or few miles, for you Americans out there with the non-metric system, without seeing some types of chips or tracking or supply chain devices or things from Vechain. I think Vechain is really going to be the future, and I don't say that often, that I really think a crypto is going to be the future, and I don't know if they're going to be solo in their whole run. But whenever I think about a cryptocurrency that's really going to make it far in non-crypto areas, so in this case supply chain of things that have absolutely nothing to do with cryptocurrencies, wow, do I think Vechain is going to get far. And again, I might be arguing that, all right, but does, Vechain doing good does not mean that the VET coin is going to appreciate in value. No, that's true. That is completely true. But if Ripple does extremely good, the XRP coin will appreciate in value. Is that not true? If Stellar as a platform does extremely good, even though it has nothing to do with XLM to a certain extent sometimes, XLM will most likely appreciate in value. Even if Vechain as a company does extremely good, the coin that they support the most will most likely also do very good. And another thing that I even did not mention yet is Toolchain. Guys, oh my days! Toolchain is again one of the biggest things crypto, or at least this blockchain realm, has ever seen. Some people are underestimating these partnerships that Vechain is making. They're underestimating how big Vechain actually is. Just because it is in the 25th in the market cap, as it is almost always, they're no player to see over the head, if that's good English. You should really focus on Vechain a lot more. Alright, I'm really filling my basket with this coin more and more every single day, as I'm thinking this is a coin that's just poised to go to the top. There's no failing with this coin, and I really enjoy that. I really enjoy that piece of security for a coin. Instead of all these other coins where I have a risk-to-reward ratio that is, high risk, high reward, with Vechain, I'm saying very, very, very low risk to medium reward. Alright, so the reward is most likely not going to be as extreme as with coins like Tron or XRP, but the risk for this crypto is just so extremely low, I find, that it's just one of my safest bets. Again, guys, this can be counter-argumented. You can always get a different opinion or a different reason to think against what I'm saying here, but this is just my personal opinion, and this was what I'm believing in, guys. So if you agree with me, let me know in the comment section down below. If you are fully against me, let me know in the comment section down below. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. Make sure you check out all the links that I have in the description below for you guys. So first off, check out the Discord and check out these links that I'm opening up right now. Freebitcoin.in is a place to grab some free Bitcoin. Make sure you check it out. It's completely free. It's just some free Bitcoin. It is as simple as I'm saying it right there. Make sure you check out my Instagram, TheDustTBC. Just go ahead and check that out. Make sure you buy yourself a hard wallet right now, as you need to keep your funds safe. And make sure you go ahead and follow me on Twitter, TheDustTBC. Go follow me right now. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. Take care, everybody. Have a nice day.